Welcome back, Transformers fandom. TF Review 16 here with another Transformers video review. Today we're going to be taking a look at Transformers Generations Autobot Springer Voyager class. This is the new Hasbro release for the Voyager Generations. It's the Series 2. This is from the IDW Publishing character from the Last Stand of the Wreckers, Springer. So amazing, awesome new Voyager class packaging. This is very similar to the Generations Fall of Cybertron packaging. It's the same shape, same die cut, but there are some differences here as far as you got the nice light white packaging. You have right here Thrilling 30, and you got the Autobot symbol, Transformers 2014. So 2014 will be the 30th anniversary for Transformers. And you got level Transformation Intermediate level 2. You got Hasbro Autobot Springer. And he is a triple changer. Robot to helicopter to armored car. And there he is in the pack. You got this great die cut packaging. You got the laser grid pattern in the background, very G1 reminiscent. Autobot Springer was built to be a tough guy. Everything about him, from his nickel-plated blaster cannon to his bad boy attitude, is calculated to communicate exactly what he wants to do. That he is a no-holds-barred, take-no-prisoners kind of guy. He prefers to fight alone, trusting his skills and luck to get him out of tight spots, rather than relying on his fellow warriors. After all, other Autobots fail. Autobot Springer never does. So there you go. There is the packaging. Just awesome, great little bio there. Nice product shots here. Awesome 30th, Thrilling 30 packaging here for this new Transformers Voyager triple changer. Let's get this guy out of package and see what Autobot Springer is all about. Here is Transformers Generation Springer Voyager class out of the box. And does he look tough, or does he look tough? The robot mode is just incredible. It's very accurate to Nick Roche's artwork from the Last Stand of the Wreckers. I mean, this is a spot-on representation of the artwork from that IDW Publishing comic book. Just an awesome robot mode right off the bat. Great weapons. He's packaged in robot mode, and let's take a look at this guy. So here is Springer. Do a 360 view of this amazing mold. Springer is a triple changer. It comes with a great gun, comes with an awesome sword, great details, really nice G1 reminiscent look of this figure. And now his back pieces here, these are really a matter of choice on how you want to display him. You can rotate these around too also, and they make for stability in his legs. So very cool. That's an option. It does make him a lot more stable there. Really no robot kibble on his back here. You got this piece right here is the only robot kibble. I mean, Springer looks just incredible. This robot mode is awesome. So I wanted to make note of that. Also, these are posable on his back. This is again another option for you. They slide down due to the transformation, and they slide up and can be angled out. That is accurate to the artwork from the comic book series. So that is very cool. And again, that's something that they didn't have to do. If you put them, make sure you snap them all the way up and then they angle to the side there, which is very cool. So let's take a look at Springer's weapons here. He comes with this great sword that converts into the helicopter blade, which is just absolutely ingenious. The one thing I will say about the sword, though, I know it's a helicopter blade too, but if this is the hilt or whatever right here, and you hold the sword this way, the blade isn't facing this way, it's facing this way. So it's a little bit confusing as to when you pose him, which way. Obviously you want to have the sword facing that way, but then this hilt is facing forward when it should be like that. And then the sword blade isn't facing the right way when you hold it like that. So that's one thing, that's just a minor nitpick, because this weapon is awesome. I love the size of it. The length of this blade is just perfect. It's spot on for the helicopter mode too. So when these spread out and form the helicopter blade, split here on the side, and they go like this, and then this piece folds down, or folds around and locks it into place, and then it allows it to spin. So that spins really nice, and a very accurate helicopter blade here. So that's really cool. I'll put that aside here. Here's this blaster that fires, and it fires by just pressing this forward. So very, very cool gun too. They fire, you can see that they fire one at a time. So he comes with these missiles, or these missiles in this gun. Very cool. And there's no spring features there for Springer, but those pop out and they fire really nice. So very cool. And there's ports on here. He poses really well. Now I'm going to have to do this again. Here's the sword. It stores like a bayonet under here also. And then you can pose him like in the comic. He's holding this bayonet too. Very, very cool design on this figure. Really great artwork for the comic book series, and a really awesome representation of the artwork from the comic book in this Springer. Very, very cool. Definitely a tough guy, and really am digging this guy a lot. I definitely recommend him. The robot mode is awesome. And let's transform him into his helicopter mode. So to transform him into his helicopter mode, what you want to do is start with the arms here. And, well, the back of the arms, you put these all the way back to they lock into place right here. So conceal those basically. Then you want to open his arm up, flip this back piece down. His fist will flip around, and this will angle up and tab into place right there. And once it's tabbed in, you have to make sure that this double hinge is lined up properly. So these pieces need to be lined up. Now there's two different ways you can do it. So that's the one way, or that's the way to do it for his helicopter mode. Obviously he's a triple changer, so they have to have different configuration for his hands in both modes. So again, open this part up, flip this around, and then make sure that when you angle this out, that this piece on a double hinge is straight up enough like that to where it's 90 degrees right there. Then you tab that into place. There's a slot right there on his arm. You just gotta make sure that that's lined up nice. And there you have his arms for the helicopter mode. Then what you want to do is you can take this chest piece. Well, actually, before I do that, you want to untab it from here, from the side. Bring that down, untab it from the side, bring that down, and then you can pull this, the front of his chest piece up, and that goes right over his head like so. You can see the wheel is already up, so you want to make sure that that wheel stays up. Then his head will fold down and underneath, and there you can see there's the cockpit snaps into place for the helicopter mode, and these pieces these pieces angle down. These pieces angle down so you can see the helicopter starting to take shape. You want to come around to his legs, and his legs are in a double hinge here, so there's a hinge here. I'll put these leg spikes form his landing gear as well, and then his legs have another added hinge right here, so they can tab in together to each other like so. And then, yeah, there you got his landing gear down. And then you can take his heel pieces, fold those in, put those up, and then these form the tail of the helicopter. So make sure that those are angled in, and they kind of sit right there in place. There's a, you can move them in and out, but they kind of like to stay right there, so that's cool. And then they tab in to the side right here. There's a tab here and there's a tab right there, so make sure that those are tabbed in nicely and these are secure in place. Then you flip this back section here around and angle the legs up slightly, and this will tab right into the back of his legs like so, and then make sure that you angle the feet down as well. So this doesn't tab in very well on mine, and again, these don't tab in either, they just sit there. But then you take the, so there's the helicopter mode. You just split these, pop that into place. There you got the helicopter blades, and then that obviously he's got slots there. He's got a mech-tech port right there. That's for his sword in robot mode. Very cool. There's the helicopter mode. This is just an awesome looking futuristic helicopter mode. Very cool. Definitely like this mode. And then also you can also fold the landing gear up like that. Fold the landing gear up like that for the battle mode helicopter. And then you can take his gun, and it has these little slots right here, and they will tab. It will tab to the front of the helicopter, like so. And there he has his weapons in helicopter mode. Just really awesome helicopter mode. This is just a really impressive triple changer from robot mode to helicopter mode, and then into his armored car mode, which we'll get into here in a second. So let's remove the gun. Let's fold the landing gear out and get my finger in there. The joints kind of snap in and out of place when you're moving them around. And again, you have to make sure that this piece is angled down. That tabs in, angled down one. There's the official helicopter mode. Very awesome. Then you want to remove the blade too, which is kind of really tough to get in and out of there. Well, it's easy to get in, and it gets in there good. So we'll convert this back to a sword for now, and get into the armored car mode. So for the armored car mode, you want to come up to the front here and untab the front, and this kind of will come back to form the fuselage of the car. Then you want to come and angle these forward, get those kind of out of the way so you can take the legs, split the legs like that, like so, and this piece, do they tab in here too? No, they don't really tab in place, but yeah, fold the legs forward, angle these pieces back out, and you want to make sure that this piece is tabbed in real nice and that it's nice and even. And again, I have some problems with these joints moving in and out, but we'll get this guy sorted out here and transform properly. So there, then you can tab these in here, untab these back pieces like so, and they will fold up. And you want to make sure that these pieces are all the way up and flush right here with this piece, and then this will fold in and under. Well, first, before you do that, you have to make sure to flip the cockpit of the car out like so. I almost forgot that. That's very important. And then this will slide underneath there, and it actually will tab into place right there. So you can see how I popped those into place, and it tabs in underneath here, which is very cool. And then you'll see the blade sits right there. Then these pieces will swivel out and they will tab into place. So you're seeing, then you can fold the landing gear up, which this landing gear also doubles as a storage for his sword in vehicle mode. So that's really awesome too. And then again, same thing on this side. You want to untab this piece. You want to make sure you flip the fuselage forward, straighten this out, and this will sit underneath here. And you want to make sure that this piece is up. And again, his legs ratcheted, so that's kind of annoying that they don't really stay into place that well, because this has to be up and that's got to go under just like so, and then that will tab into place. And again, this piece also, there's no tab for it for this here. There's little grooves. No, not even. Yeah, there's little grooves, but it doesn't tab in there officially. Then you take this piece, rotate it around, and flip it in, and obviously the landing gear you want to fold in. And this is the armored truck mode. So you gotta kind of fuss with it a little bit as far as getting this all in place, like so. And if these ratchet joints on his knees in the back here are off just a little bit, then it won't line up properly. So you just got to make sure that those joints are lined up. And again, it doesn't really tab into place all that well, but there are tabs underneath here. And so then you'll see that this piece will be flush right here, and makes for a really awesome looking armored car mode. So there is the armored car mode, and just incredible design on this figure all the way around. The spoiler is the only thing that's a bit awkward, and you can kind of angle these up or however you want it, but it looks just awesome. It's like a futuristic type spoiler too. So that's the only thing that's a little bit odd about it. It has to form a spoiler and the helicopter rear. But other than that, this mode is just incredible. It rolls really good. I love the larger back wheels. I'm really looking forward to the Sandstorm repaint to this as well. Well, it's a remold actually, based on this mold, but that one looks really awesome too. And then obviously when he's in this mode, then his gun stores on top, and his armored car slash tank slash tumbler mode. Yeah, this is reminiscent of Tumbler. I really like the design of this vehicle mode. And then the gun will rotate 360 and up and down, so that's really cool. Even that reminds me of the Tumbler design on the Bane's one, where the gun comes out of the top. So that's really cool. And again, fires good, and they fire one missile at a time. So that's a really cool feature too. And then if you come around to the bottom here, you can pull the what is the helicopter landing gear out, and there's two little tabs right here. Two little tabs right here, and there's two little spots right here that you can kind of sit this on right there, and then fold the landing gear up, and then that will hold the sword right there in place underneath the vehicle. So he has full storage for his sword in vehicle mode. Now, you know, obviously one thing that you'll notice here that is the gaps in the front. Let me straighten his gun out there. Straighten the back pieces out here. Get this guy all situated. He looks awesome. There he is with all of his weapons in vehicle, his armored car mode. And again, there's the sword stored underneath him. Really an awesome, definitely highly recommend this figure. I don't even know which mode I like the best. I love the helicopter mode. I love the armored car mode. I love the robot mode. I give this high points across the board. I highly recommend this figure. This is a standalone figure. This is part of the 30th Thrilling 30 for the Transformers Generations. And then we'll transform him back into robot mode as well. So you can flip that up. You can untab the arm pieces like so. Then you want to take the fuselage or the cab and bring that up. And that will tab into the back. And you want to obviously remove the sword. Then you can fold the spoiler up there, bring the legs around, split the legs as you bring those around, and those will kind of snap into place right there. And you want to make sure that this piece is angled all the way out as well. And then you flip the toe forward, and this heel section right here goes back, and then you can leave this back for the spoiler back piece there for stability. Again, bring the toe forward, the heel piece back, and leave that there for stability. There you have his legs. Just really amazing, awesome figure. Then you want to take these pieces and bring the arm pieces down. You want to make sure that the landing gear is out, and then you flip his head up like so, bring it all the way up like you would in robot mode, and then untab this, and that will just fold right around and snap in place. Then you want to do each arm too. First you want to bring these pieces out. You got to get your fingernail in there, slide it up, and they will sit in place. Then his arm folds out. Really nice, fluid, simple transformation. Really, for being a triple changer and having these awesome modes, this guy is really amazingly designed and fairly simple to transform. So then you tab this into place, and then untab the arm piece right there. There you got his arm. Then of course you want to angle this all the way up and angle it down. And there's his arm. Same, and the rest of the transformation actually. So same on this side. Bring this piece out, fold it around. Bring this piece, the fist out, and snap that into place. Bring the windshield around, lock that into place. Bring this piece up, tabs into the side right there, and then untabs right there for the arm movement. Then you bring this piece, his shoulder piece, up, slide all the way into place, angle that down again, and there he is back in his amazing, tough looking robot mode. Very, very awesome. Very impressed with this figure. Definitely thanks to Hasbro and Takara, and the release of this figure is just, I couldn't be happier with this. This is just a triple changer that is a must-have for your collection. It really doesn't get any better than this. The Last Stand of the Wreckers, I advise you to check that out. IDW Publishing, you can scan it from the package, or go there and you can download it. But nothing beats a hard copy though. So go to your comic book store, check that out. So as far as articulation in robot mode, he has great ratchet joints. He has rotating fists here, all the movement you could want. Really incredible. He even has a waist swivel here, which wasn't part of the transformation, not necessary. And I love the design of this figure. I love the waist piece here. So very G1 reminiscent. He's got the Autobot symbol there. Again, this is a spot-on representation of the Nick Roche's art from the comic book series. Just amazing. Really, really well done. And tabs into place right there. And you can do the kind of comic book pose to one of them. Just really tough, really awesome figure. Definitely, I can't recommend this figure enough. This is definitely one of my favorites. And definitely want to thank you for tuning in to TF Review 16 video reviews and checking out this Voyager class Springer. Definitely highly recommended figure. Go pick this guy up if you can find him. Till next time, TF Review 16 signing off. Don't forget to keep collecting.